Hi everyone and welcome to Lost Boy. My name is Jamie for those of you that are new to my channel, and for those of you that are returning, thank you for all of your support. Today we're going to be doing a general collective message. It's intended for whoever needs it. Take the messages that resonate with you in your particular situation and drop the ones that do not. As always, if you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, the link to my website is down below in the description box. Alrighty, y'all, before I get into this message, I do want to say that I attempted to record an Earth Signs reading earlier. But for some reason, right I was getting towards the end of the reading, my OBS, I use OBS to record on my computer, it decided it wanted to update, and it never saved the file. So, I don't know, maybe that message wasn't meant to come out today, or I'm an Earth sign, maybe that message was just for me. But part of it, as well, when all of that happened, it got me feeling this energy of somebody here is trying to shut you down. Earth signs, they don't want you to keep speaking what it is that you're speaking. They don't want you to keep working towards whatever it is that you're working towards. It's giving the energy of somebody wants to shut you down. For whatever reason, I don't know. The only thing that I can come up with is maybe you're dealing with some people who are feeling very, very pressed with what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're speaking. This could have to do with your new boundaries that you may have put up. Either way, my advice to you is let people be pressed. Let them. Because one can hope that maybe under all that pressure that they're feeling, maybe they too can turn into diamonds. Alrighty, we're going to get into this reading. We're going to begin with the tarot dice. Things might get a little loud, so if you're sensitive to sound, I do recommend lowering the volume. Universe. What is going on in the energy? And what is it that the collective needs to know at this time? We have a King of Pentacles that came out all on its own. We have a Knight of Cups sideways, Six of Cups reversed, and the Ten of Swords. Somebody here is going through an ego death because somebody here is walking away from them. Somebody is done with their bullshit. They're not looking fondly on the past. Somebody here is recognizing their own worth, recognizing their own value, and they're getting ready to definitely step into it. Six of Swords. Somebody here is out. They're gone. They're leaving. Strong Taurus energy. I do have Aries and Scorpio here as well. Somebody here is definitely making decisions that is best in the long haul, is best for everybody involved. Somebody here who I feel like the decision is being made against is not taking it that way. But somebody here is, for them, they're avoiding future losses here because I feel like whoever they've been connected with, family, friend, lover, business, right? It's only brought them nothing but losses. It's made them question their worth. It's made their foundation here a little shaky because this King of Pentacles isn't upright. He's sideways. Somebody here is trying to pick themselves back up, trying to pick up the pieces. Somebody here is moving with heartfelt intentions, but I feel like with this Ace of Cups being shown on the shield of this Knight of Cups, somebody is doing something out of love for themselves, out of self-love. They made a decision here that is best for everybody involved. Somebody here is bossing up, stepping into their Emperor energy, male or female, but this is somebody here who's making moves and taking actions here. We have the Page of Swords. There is some kind of communication. Not only some kind of communication, but there's also been some kind of, I just heard inquisition. Like somebody here was, because the Page of Swords is, it's kind of like my PI card, right? Somebody who is very inquisitive, somebody here who's willing to go the mile here to find out more information, to do research. Maybe somebody here has been inquiring or has had somebody under some kind of inquisition here. And that ultimately, maybe what they discovered, what they found out, is what ultimately helped guide them to make this decision here. We have the Two of Wands. The wait is over. Somebody here is done waiting. Definitely progressing and moving forward. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Somebody here is choosing independence. They're choosing themselves, putting themselves first. And there's nothing wrong with that. Especially when somebody here is the King of Pentacles. I feel like somebody here has been overly compromising to the point where themselves have been, their own morals and values have been compromised. Maybe that's why somebody here is trying to pick up the pieces now. We have the Tower reversed. Somebody here is avoiding a major loss, even though they're the ones that are deciding to step away. But they know that if they were to continue to stay in something, that something here is, it's not solid, it's not stable, it's not built on sturdy ground. You know, there's not enough mortar in between the bricks to keep it all together. Somebody is done. Wow. Somebody here is done doing patchwork, right? You know when you're like fixing drywall, right? You patch the drywall up. Like somebody here is done doing the patch job. Some tires cannot be patched. They have to be replaced type of energy, right? That's what this is. We have the Seven of Wands and the Three of Cups. So somebody here is definitely standing their ground. You could even be leaning towards other friends or family here for support, for guidance. Either way, you're not doing this alone, even though you do have to, I don't know, it kind of feels like you have to fend for yourself in regards to this person that you were dealing with. Wow, Queen of Pentacles reversed. This Queen of Pentacles is reversed. This is definitely someone who doesn't recognize their own value, somebody here who doesn't compromise, somebody here who wants to be taken care of. They're not kind, they're not nurturing, they're very ungrounded, all over the place, lacking stability. They don't have... It's like someone trying to stay afloat on a raft in the middle of a stormy weather, is what the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse is. We have the Lovers reversed, the Fool reversed, and the Hierophant. And the Seven of Cups. Somebody here is looking towards the future. They're looking towards their options. They're seeing that they're not stuck where they're at. And maybe that was part of the hurdle and the obstacle that was needed to overcome, recognizing one's own worth. You know what? I'm not stuck where I'm at. I don't have to settle for just this. There are plenty options available to me. Somebody here is definitely taking the lead with the Hierophant and this Emperor card. Someone here is taking the lead. I don't know, it's given whoever you were dealing with. I think they were anticipating some kind of new adventure here. But I don't think so. I feel like somebody here is destined to repeat some kind of a lesson here. And it maybe has to do with foolish behavior and making foolish promises. Because the Six of Cups is looking towards the past. Again, it's reversed. There's no fond memories here. Maybe it's, you know, the Inquisition here that has taken place had to do with evaluating where somebody is now and what has led them to be the way that they are now. Maybe that was part of the research and recognizing that somebody here has always been foolish, always been reckless, always been impulsive. This is somebody here who's refusing to grow up, to evolve, to do something new. This is somebody here who constantly repeats patterns and old behavior here. And this could definitely be someone you were closely connected with. Like I said, family, friend, lover, business. You're avoiding any more major losses because you're done with, you know what, even it's kind of like a condemned home, right? Sometimes it can't be fixed, or sometimes it's not worth fixing. Sometimes it's just easier to bulldoze it and start fresh. Either way, somebody is choosing peace. And with this Six of Swords, this tells me that you were dealing with somebody here very stubborn, very arrogant. Somebody here who isn't a leader. Maybe you've had to be the leader. Like maybe you're leaving, your spouse, or someone here who's supposed to be your partner. But in all actuality, they've been more of a problem than what they're worth, right? I don't know why I'm getting this message, but like, almost feels like whoever you've been dealing with has been, say you have children, has been just another child that you've had to take care of. We do have justice right here. We do have the scales balancing out. We do have someone here doing the right thing, doing what is best, making a firm decision based on the facts, based on the truth, based on the evidence, maybe the evidence that's been collected by this Inquisition. Either way, somebody is gone. They're headed towards happiness and wish fulfillment because somebody here has not been able to follow through on the promises that they committed to. So somebody here is putting their faith in God, putting their faith in the universe, and moving forward, picking up the pieces, recognizing their own value, and leaving behind a karmic relationship, a relationship that's reached the end of the line. You know, not all relationships are meant to last forever. Some are only in our life to teach us a lesson. Universe, tell us more, please. Strong Aries, Taurus, Scorpio, Libra, Capricorn energy here. Universe, tell us more. I also feel like whatever's happening is fated with a lot of this major arcana here. So whatever's happening, it's a universal shift. We have recovery. Somebody here is recovering something, or something here is being given to them, recovered by the universe, by the divine. Somebody here is receiving the key. Maybe some of y'all are receiving the key to a new place. Maybe you were getting your ducks in a row, right? With this departure, right? You can't just leave, especially if y'all live together or whatever. You have to have a contingency plan. But either way, this is God, Source, the universe, handing you the keys that you need to unlock this new door that you're going down. They're giving you access. We have vanity and self-worth. You know, maybe for some of you it was, you know, there was that little bit of fear of like, what is everybody going to say? What is everyone going to think about me, right? Am I still going to be lovable? Am I still going to be able to find love even if I do leave my partner, my current partner behind, right? Or maybe you were still attached to some of the things that you've acquired, right? How are we going to split these things here? Or how am I going to be able to maintain my lifestyle here? And I don't mean that out of judgment, but I also feel like you were dealing with somebody else who's so more focused on looks, more focused on what everybody else thinks, more focused on trying to be the center of attention, right? Making themselves out to be someone that they're not, to be, you know how like some people will act a certain way You know, like this whole attitude of like, I don't know, it's given like, hey, look at me type of energy. I have everything. Why wouldn't anybody want to be with me? You know? But until you look deeper and realize that it's all just vanity, that somebody here is, it's all outside. Nothing here is on the inside. Somebody here doesn't have any self-worth. They like people who are, I don't want to say weak, but that are naive. That's their type of people. They like people who are naive because they're easily able to control them. Either way, somebody here has recognized that their self-worth is a lot more that is worth a lot more than however something looks on the outside. Universe. Something flipped. Instinct. You're working on instinct right now. You're following your intuition. Somebody here is dissipating. This could be the person who's going through some kind of an ego death. Somebody here who's just wasting away, watching the world go by. And again, we have discovery. And maybe this could have been you a little bit. Maybe you were a little bit, again, in that fear of like, what am I going to do? Right? Feeling like you didn't have any other options, or feeling like it was a little bit too overwhelming for you. Right? Maybe the steps that you would have needed to take in order to leave, right? Maybe it was a little overwhelming. But something here about maybe you've done some research here and you were able to break it down into like an action plan, right? Some kind of contingency here that you made for yourself. And you're like, you know what? I can slowly but surely cross little things off the list. And eventually I can get the task complete. But either way, you're discovering your own heart, your own love for yourself here. And it's the love that the universe has for you. Right? Sometimes when we're dealing with fear, we can conflate fear of missing out, right? FOMO, isn't that what they say? Fear of missing out? For love. Right? Maybe it had to do with the vanity. Maybe it had to do with a little bit of lust. Maybe somebody was really good looking, right? Maybe they were really good in bed, or they have a lot of nice things, or whatever it is. But it's about getting down to the root cause of what it is that you truly want and how you truly want to be. What you truly want and how you truly want to be seen as a person. And how you want to be treated. And sometimes that starts with treating us how we want others to treat us. Right? Because we set the example, we set the tone on how others should treat us by how we treat ourselves. Either way, you're following your instincts, your animal instincts here. The ones given to you by God. Maybe that's part of what is being recovered. Maybe it's your intuition. Somebody here could have had you disconnected from your intuition, disconnected from your higher self, with all that fear. You know, maybe they were like, oh, you're never going to leave me because what is everybody going to think of you? You're never going to find love again. No one's ever going to find you attractive like I do. Or, you know, all that bullshit that, you know, people say to make it seem like it's the best that you're ever going to get. Universe, give me one more, please. Your instincts are serving you well at this time as well. Don't doubt yourself, and I think that's what somebody ultimately wants, is for you to doubt yourself. We have abundance. You're headed towards abundance with that King of Pentacles. Absolutely. You're picking up those pieces again, retrieving what has been lost. Taking matters into your own hands. You can see that here. Ah, man, you know, I'm going to go drink because I don't know how I'm going to get my abundance. I can't make it through the metal grate. I can't get through the sewage gate to get the treasure that is down below. And here we have somebody thinking outside of the box like, all right, I'll just fish it out. You're being extremely resourceful. Your instincts are serving you well. They're leading you in the right direction, and we do have rejection here. This is the energy that they were sending you, wanting you to feel rejected, wanting you to be confined in some kind of mental prison. But you've gotten the enlightenment. You have gotten the universe's grace and love. And that will outshine and overpower anything else. Ultimately, at the end of the day, if somebody's trying to use fear tactics against you, it's really because they're fearful of what they're losing out. They ultimately needed you more than you needed them. They're the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. They just were able to put on a great act to make it seem like they're all that. Universe. Tell us more, please, for the collective. Great fortune. Your fortune is being recovered at this time. We have marriage, community, and courthouse in the reverse. Somebody here is not mad that things are going to be going in your favor. They could be receiving news. This could even be somebody here who's already... Maybe this other person, whoever you've been dealing with, whoever you've been connected with, maybe they're already being caught up and they're expecting something to go in their way, and maybe they overpromised, oh yeah, I'm going to get this verdict is going to go in my favor, or I'm going to be receiving this payout. Somebody here has definitely been counting their chickens before they hatched. I don't think they're getting what it is that they promised that they were going to get. And I think a whole community here has been bamboozled into believing that as such. But either way, you're receiving great fortune because it's being recovered back to you. Because you have severed the ties, severed the connection from this person. Even if they're still in your vicinity, you've already cut the energetic cord. And now, doors are opening up for you that is leading to great fortune, that is leading to abundance, that is leading to you tapping into the kingdom of heaven is what I really want to say. Because that's within us. Knowing that anything is possible and that anything that you want is provided for you by the universe, not from anybody else. Universe, tell us more. We have bad health. Something here is in bad health, or someone here is in bad health. Someone's not doing all right. Someone's foundation and stability is all over the place. And maybe your instincts are telling you that, you know what? Somebody here is not all right. They're not very healthy for you. Like I said, maybe this is the parent of your children. Maybe they're not healthy for you or your children. It's not conducive of a good environment. We have journey and we have family room. Some of you could literally be packing up, moving home. Or you could be kicking somebody out. Take it however it resonates. But either way, a journey here is being taken. Distance is happening. Physical distance. Like I said, the energetic cord, the emotional cord has been cut. So there's already been this emotional distance. Next is this physical distance. Your instincts are telling you to move out of a situation here that isn't going to get any better. That's on its deathbed. We have a pathway. A new direction is opening up to you. A new direction is opening up to you, a new path here that's leading to some kind of transformation. We see all of those butterflies right there. You are transforming. You are rising. You are ascending. You are spreading your wings and getting ready to fly. We have community here. You could be leaving behind a whole community and a marriage and a relationship here. Because realizing that somebody here overpromises and underdelivers. That's what the Queen of Pentacles does. In the reverse, she overpromises and underdelivers. We have unexpected income in the reverse. See, you're getting the great fortune here, and somebody here could be expected or be hit or slammed with some kind of surprising bill or something here that they're going to have to pay out. See, somebody's going into something thinking that they're going to be receiving, but I think they're going to be hit with some kind of judgment that they weren't expecting. We have a privileged lady in the reverse. It's not privileged. It's very entitled. See? An expectation. They're expecting something, but it's not going to go in their favor. It's not going to go in their way. And if you still believe that they're going to give you something, please look at the past. When have they ever followed through? Because something tells me here that you already know the answer, but you're still trying to give somebody the benefit of the doubt. There's still some kind of wishful thinking here, and I just have to say this to be real, that God is saying you need to let that go. You need to let that go. That's just your ego talking. He's trying to show you another way. The universe is trying to show you another way. They're trying to guide you down a different path. You don't need whatever it is that was promised to you, because you know you're never going to get it anyway. Universe, please tell us more. Universe, tell us more. Page of Swords in the reverse. The Hierophant in the reverse. Universe, give us one more, please, for now. Thank you. Page of Swords reversed, the Hierophant reversed, and the Lovers. Why is this crooked? Maybe my desk is crooked. I don't know. We're gonna fix that afterwards. At least you guys can see the cards. What's in bad health is some kind of relationship here that's not on the same plate. Not on the same page. This could even be someone here who's somewhat of a tyrant. Someone here who abuses their authority. And their authority could just be whatever title they have, whether it's husband, boss, coworker, friend, right? People like to overstep boundaries. This could even be like somebody here who... Because the Hierophant in the reverse could symbolize some kind of corrupt organization of sorts, or just somebody here who has this false sense of authority, who thinks that they know better, or thinks that they know what's best for everybody involved. Oh, I know what's best for you, but this is somebody here who doesn't even know themselves. Page of Swords in the reverse, this is somebody here who is very immature. Somebody here who doesn't look into things. They don't do their research. They're quick to judge. This could even be somebody here who is quick to dispute you or anything that comes out of your mouth, like quick to call you a liar but have no evidence to back them up or support them. This could also be somebody here who's also wanting to talk you out of whatever you have recovered, whatever doorway that you're walking down towards now, accessing some kind of great fortune. Somebody doesn't want to accept the fact that they're the Cancer in the relationship, and they don't want to act right. They don't want to stand up. They don't want to rise. They don't want to ascend. They're perfectly happy where they're at. And again, this has to do with relationships. For those of you that are worried if you're never going to find love again, you are. There are new contracts here available to you. There are people who are on the same page as you, who see things as you do, who will appreciate and compromise with you. That doorway, that pathway is opened up to you. They don't want you to believe that this is true. They're hoping that they can talk you out of this. But your instinct should be telling you that this person is not willing to commit to you. They just like putting on that appearance that they are, with that Hierophant in the reverse. This could even be somebody here. I mean, we have the Hierophant twice. This could be a father figure, or somebody here who is a father themselves, but they don't stand up to the role, or, excuse me, they don't put any like I said, somebody here who just likes the title as opposed to putting in the work. We have the Four Pentacles reversed at the bottom of the deck. This is finally letting go of something here that we've been holding on to for security reasons, right? For fear of losing out, FOMO. And then we have the Queen of Cups, somebody here who's highly intuitive, very nurturing, very kind, but also very realistic, and not somebody who's a pushover when it comes to how they feel. What you're doing is an act of love. This person may not be taking it that way. I mean, they're going through an ego death because to them, everything's being taken away from me, is what they feel like, probably. That's because their lies aren't holding up anymore. And instead of them being mad at themselves, they're taking out their anger on other people. Because they feel like people are doing it to them, as opposed to people doing it for themselves. Universe. Definitely feel like you've been dealing with somebody here who has not been willing to put you first, but expects you to put them first all the time. Maybe even above God. Universe, tell us more. The Ten of Wands. This has come to an end. Seven of Wands and the Hermit reversed. Somebody here has not been willing to go within and to do the inner work, to do the healing, right? To find those answers, to take a good hard look at themselves. Another way that I'm reading that as well is that maybe y'all have been in that position of hermiting and going through introspection, and now that you've gained the answers, now that you've recovered the answers here, you're finally willing, to cross that finish line here and drop this heavy burden, drop this heavy weight that you have been carrying. And I'm talking about weight as in pressure, not physical weight, because somebody left a comment once and they were like, why are you talking about my physical weight? If that's what you feel like I'm talking about, honey, then that's what I'm talking about. Whatever. I'm not going to change your mind. I believe in free will. Think what you want. Anyways, but this is you standing your ground, trying to avoid another loss here from a deceptive person. This is somebody here who only sabotages other people here because they do it as a form of control. Because they don't want you to get too big for your bridges. They don't want you to feel empowered. Again, strong Scorpio energy here. And the Chariot. Strong Cancer energy here as well. But this is fast forward movement. This could even be the law coming in to scoop somebody up for doing something shady and deceitful here. Right? They're going to come rushing in. Either way, there is a move. The Chariot talks about movement. It could be a physical move or just a movement in your circumstances. Things are changing. And I feel like rapidly. Universe, tell us more. The Ace of Wands. See, dropping what no longer has been serving you, what has been weighing you down, and finally picking up something here that is making you feel renewed, making you feel inspired, allowing you to take action for you. Right? All of these represents all of the burdens that was placed on you. All the things that this person made you carry. Because they were only cared more about how they were seen to the people around them, to their own environment, I don't know if they want to be seen as the top dog type of energy, or like they're the best husband, or that they're a good upstanding citizen, or that this, they're very well accomplished. If this person would have spent just half the time that they did trying to maintain their image and actually work towards it and put in the effort, they would probably have more than what they currently have if they just applied themselves and used their gifts in a different manner. We have the Ace of Swords reversed, the Page of Cups reversed, and the King of Cups. Alright, so somebody here is going to lie some more. They want to implant another lie. And that's maybe with the sabotage. Maybe they're going to claim, right? Maybe they are under judgment in some kind of way. Maybe they're I don't know, waiting for a lawsuit or something here that they think is going to go in their favor. But they're going to come up with an excuse as to why it didn't go in their favor and how it's not their fault, is what this is telling me with the Ace of Swords and the Page of Cups reversed. They're kind of hoping to get one over on you. Strong Pisces energy, but we have the King and Queen of Cups both upright. You're being asked to stand firm in your decision. Stand firm in what it is that you want. And now it's time to put yourself first, because somebody's going to come back in wanting you to compromise again. The general theme here of you compromising. And maybe that's what they're counting on. They're counting on for you to fall for something again because you fell for it before. But I don't think that you are. Because balance is being restored. Justice is coming in. Where is that? Right there. Balance is being restored. A situation here is being corrected here because you're finally taking the steps to do what is right, to do what is necessary. To me, the Six of Pentacles is the act of justice being played out. He has the scales right in his hands. The verdict came down from the court, and this is the one who is enacting that verdict. We have the Six of Swords. Double sixes here. You guys could be seeing the numbers. Actually, we have 666 here with the Lovers as well. That could be an important angel number for you. Either way, this is moving on towards peace, right? In the traditional tarot, the Rider-Waite, right? We have somebody here who's leaving, but they're protecting their inner child at all costs. They're doing what is best for them. Four of Cups. King of Swords reverse. Somebody here did not want you to choose you. They wanted you to be focused on them, on everything else. They didn't want you to put yourself first. This is somebody who is extremely immoral, extremely corrupt, always lies, could even fabricate situations in order to make themselves look better. Two of Cups reverse, but the feelings are not mutual. They never were. This person does not care about you in the same way that you care about them. And their illusion is slowly fading. It's not working on you anymore. Somebody here lacks self-awareness of their actions. The King of Swords reverse, Two of Cups. This is a lack of self-awareness. Ow, my carpal tunnel's acting up, y'all. Sorry. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. So you're receiving whatever it is that you need to receive in order for you to move on. And even if you are receiving something on the outside, because like I said with the Three of Cups here, you are heavily supported. There is help available to you. Maybe some of y'all need to start, whatever extra finances you receive, you need to start putting aside and not telling someone in order for you to build up some kind of surplus so you can go, so you can leave. Either way, this is some kind of plan here that is being reevaluated. Because you're receiving news here that whatever it is that you were counting on, whatever it is that you were banking on, that this person overpromised, is not coming in. It was never going to come in. We have the Queen of Wands. It's time for you to be brave, and it's time for you to be bold. And it's time for you to put yourself out there, to no longer hide, to no longer feel small. Because this person likes it when you feel small. They like it when they get you to be out of character. They prefer it when you question yourself, because it gives them all of the power. Alrighty, we're gonna clean this up. I am gonna take a quick tinkle break, and we will continue. Alrighty, y'all. See you in a second. Alrighty, y'all. I am back. Universe, tell us more, please. What's the tea? What is the tea in regards to this situation? Universe. What is the tea? Not gonna lie, it's really cold right now with the AC on, but I don't want to turn it off because it's so hot out there. Universe. What is the tea? Okay, we have somebody here who's a runner and so they start drama and then they run away. They throw rocks but then hide their face is really what this is. This is somebody here who acts like they're into you. They're crying over you, but yet they're running away and they're hanging out with groupies. But you want to know what this is? They can't get you to be a groupie again. They like groupies. They like people chasing them. They like people oogling and ogling them. I'm sorry, I had to put the sweater on. This is somebody who wants you to oogle and ogle them. So this could even be somebody here who's running away from you, starting drama with you, right? Realizing that whatever they've been doing, whatever fear tactics they've been using, 44:22 on the timer, whatever fear tactics they've been using against you, they recognize that it's not working. They're not able to pull that fear out of you, to entrap you in that fear. So what they're doing is now they're going, towards these groupies here who are oogling and ogling them because they don't know any better. They only know what they've been told. They only know what they've been seen. They only know what they've heard, right? And wanting to pin you against them to make you feel like you need to fight for them, like they're the prize. Again, it's another form of intimidation. We have child services here. This could be somebody here, like I said, maybe they're a parent, but they don't pull their end of the weight. I don't know, maybe they're being investigated for that in some kind of way. Like, I don't know if this is somebody here who's supposed to be watching the kids while you're at work and they would rather do whatever they want to do, hang out with their groupies. Somebody here who wastes time, they're stuck, they have not changed, they're very limited, but yet also wanting to cock block you. See, here's the thing. Obviously, if they're hanging out with groupies, that tells me that they don't really value and appreciate you. Because if they did, they would be trying to make the relationship work. But instead, they want you to feel like you're missing out. Again, with this whole FOMO energy, this fear of missing out. Oh, you're going to be missing out on, the parent to your children. But in all actuality, they're not even there when you need them in the first place. So what are you really missing out on? Right? I think they're more upset that they're losing their parent. Honestly, I really do think this person views you as you're their parent. And again, this doesn't even have to be a lover. This could be a friend. It could be a family member. This could be somebody here who wants you to take care of them. And they want you to feel like they want you to cave under pressure. And they'll move on to the next best thing and be like, oh, do you know who I'm hanging out with now? I'm hanging out with this person, because they want to make you feel jealous. But What do you have to be jealous about? This person's already shown you who they are. Don't allow yourself to be roped into the vanity of things. Somebody here could definitely be under investigation by child services, or maybe you have done an investigation here and realize that, you know what? This person can't even take care of their own people. And yeah, I want them to be a part of my life. Look at the way that they treat the people around them. I think they're crying over the fact that they're losing the person who was doing things for them. Ego. Her ego. Ego is getting in the way in the relationship. You're dodging bullets here. You're dodging bullets, blocking negativity, escaping crazy people, and protected from haters. I know it says protected by haters, but I think that's a typo. We have a boss daddy right behind here. Boss daddy, boss mommy, take it however it resonates. Boss, anything in between. We have stable, rich, business owner, CEO, big dick energy, male or female, physical or metaphysical. You're making moves. You're doing what is best for you, what is best for your kingdom, what is best for your empire. You're dodging bullets here. And this this person is trying to sell you. It's like they're trying to sell you a nickel for a dime is the way that the universe is showing me. Like, I'll give you this nickel if you give me that dime. Like, that doesn't even make sense. You're too busy winning, and that's what this person doesn't want. They don't like the fact that you're winning. And that's ultimately the biggest battle is with their ego, is they feel like they're losing. They feel like you're winning, that you're going to get the title of being the winner. And in all actuality, that's not... This person's mindset is not where your mindset is at. You don't value the same things. You're not looking for the same things. You're not going about life in the same way. This is a wolf in sheep's clothing. This person's going to eat you right up. They want to pretend like they're part of your flock, that they're part of your herd, but they're not. Wow, we have caught. Somebody here has been caught evidence. Somebody here has been caught doing something shady. Maybe it's with their groupies. Universe. Please tell us more. Keeping a promise and a hater. You really think that a hater is going to keep a promise? Universe, tell us more. The record is going to be set straight here. Wow. And it definitely involves somebody here doing substances. They could even be abusing their own prescription or mixing things. And this person's a hater. This person's a hater. A record is going to be corrected. The record is being set straight. And maybe part of that record being set straight is when you walk away, because you're not there to pick up the pieces anymore. You're not there to carry all that extra weight. So now everybody else, the groupies that have been seeing this, you know, the pressure's obviously going to fall onto them because this person's unable to do it for themselves. And that's how the record is going to be corrected. And people are going to be like, oh, collective was never the issue in the first place. You already know the tea. Somebody is trying to keep a promise. What is that promise? We have tantric sex and a fake apology and running away. Yep, this is all they want. They're going to come in. They're going to, you know, woo you with their one skill that they apparently only have, right? And then they're going to give you a fake apology, thinking that's just enough, right? That they can win you over with a big O. in hopes that you would forget everything. They're hoping that dopamine fix, that dopamine rush, or whatever chemical gets activated when people get together. They're hoping that that's going to be enough, that they can rewire your neural pathways here, and then they're going to run away again. They're going to run away again because they're toxic. That's all they are. They're toxic. They wear it like a perfume. They wear it like a cologne. Maybe this person even, I don't know, does not smell all that pleasant. Right? And that could be a sign of an entity attachment. What is this keeping a promise, though? What is this promise? Universe, what is this promise? This could be somebody here who maybe came from like a broken home. Like, for those of you that are romantically involved with this person, and maybe the promise that they're trying to keep is that they're not going to do the same thing to their kids that happened to them, but they're not really doing anything anyway, so it's like they are failing that promise, but to them in their heads, just by being with you, just by still having that image or that mirage that y'all are still together, and that, that's enough. The Hanged Man reversed. And the Ace of Swords. The Five of Swords reversed. The Knight of Swords and the Six of Pentacles reversed. That's what it is. They're keeping a promise here. Maybe they feel like... This could even be like... I don't know if this is like a family member that said that they would always look after you, maybe after somebody else passed away who was really important to you, but they think that just by having that title, or I don't know, by calling you like once a week or once a month, or just doing the bare minimum is enough. Hanged Man reverse and the Two of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Page of Swords, the High Priestess. Yeah, this has something to do with your independence and you being free. Universe, tell me more. They don't want to lose with this Five of Swords in the reverse. But this 5 in this Ace of Swords equals a 6 of Swords. So part of the promise that they're trying to keep is, like I said, they don't want people leaving them, or they're feel like they're doing enough just because they're doing the bare minimum. And that to them, that's them keeping this promise. But in all actuality, they're not giving anything. They're just taking more than what they're actually giving. And there's a lot of weaponization of information here. Universe, tell me more about this promise. The Fool reversed. And the Ace of Cups. You're not willing to do anything out of love. 6 of Cups reversed. The 4 of Swords reversed. The 9 of Swords. And they don't feel any guilt for it. They don't feel any guilt for it. Even though this person knows that they're acting like a karmic, that they know what they're involved in isn't healthy for anybody that's involved. They also know that they're not setting a good example, even though in their head they feel like they're doing the right thing. Because maybe they made this promise to themselves. And again, that's not a bad promise to have to yourself, but by doing the bare minimum, this is somebody who doesn't love themselves with the Ace of Cups reversed. And this is somebody here who, that 6 in the Ace of Cups equals a 6 of Cups. This is somebody here who gets lost in options. They like having multiple different options. They like the attention. They like to be oogled and ogled. Either way, somebody here is unwilling to take a leap of faith and to express their truth. And sometimes not all promises are the best. Like, especially if this person is trying to keep a promise with themselves. Oh, I don't want my kids to grow up in a broken home, but it's like, if you're not even there in the first place, then is the home not broken? It's like being raised by an absentee parent. You were never there in the first place. Queen of Cups reversed. This is someone who's not nurturing. They're not very kind. There's someone here who ignores their own intuition. King of Cups reversed. This is... These people do not see eye to eye. And I understand, you know, sometimes you have to suck it up and do things for your children. I totally get that. But think about the example that you're setting. Universe, tell us more. Fake friends. Their groupies are fake. I mean, they're hanging out with the same people that have the same energy as them. People who are highly envious and just want to ride along. We have trash. The trash is being thrown out and being kicked to the curb. Somebody is going through a bank failure. They're not receiving what they thought that they were going to receive. Somebody here could have even been overspending preemptively, thinking that they're going to get that payout that they promised you. That they made you fall for, just like every other promise. And maybe they fell short on those times too. Somebody here cannot measure up. Because they only do the bare minimum. It's time for you to watch shit go down. Shit's about to go down and the record's about to be set straight. You already know all of the tea. You know all of it. And I feel like you've been keeping some things to yourself. Like, if this is a relationship here, like, maybe you've been dealing with, like, in-laws and stuff, and they don't see what it is that you see. But something here, like, the tide is turning where your story cannot be denied anymore of what you suffered with this individual. We have keeping you a secret, emotionally intelligent, and outdated. This is somebody here who has extremely outdated thinking. This is somebody here who doesn't evolve, who doesn't want to learn anything new. Like, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. This is somebody who is dead set stuck in their ways. I mean, they could be extremely inebriated due to all of the substances that they're taking. So they're not even thinking very rational anyway. They're keeping you a secret. Maybe they're keeping you a secret with their groupies and their fake friends about what it is that you actually do for them. And maybe they're just, wow, this could be somebody here who's even like running their mouths to their groupies and to their fake friends or whatever, to the people that they're trying to impress. Right? Oh, my spouse, my partner, they treat me like shit. They don't do this for me. They don't do that for me. But you're always hanging out with your groupies and your fake friends. So what are you doing for your partner to help them out if you're always with them? Do you think but again, these people don't care because they're probably just like them, talking shit. Somebody here talking shit. Oh, you don't do anything for me, but yet you're not doing anything either. And maybe that's what they're keeping a secret. All of the things that you have done for them and that you still continue to do a little bit. Because, like, maybe somebody here has been, like I said, overspending. Thinking that they're going to receive some kind of payout and they'll be able to pay off their debts, but they're not going to be able to. They counted their chickens before they hatched. There's definitely some kind of recording here, some kind of evidence. Somebody is putting on a show. Maybe whatever show they put on is being recorded. I don't know, maybe some kind of temper tantrum here is being recorded. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear about their red lipstick stains. They don't want to hear about what they did wrong. They don't want to be held accountable. They don't want any responsibility. They just want the title. Why can't you just let me keep that title? Why can't I just have it without doing any work, without earning it? It's not enough. This is somebody who wants everything to be about them. And damn the consequences. It's time for you to watch shit go down. A toxic person is being caught. They're being caught. They're being caught. It's been recorded. The evidence has been recorded. I don't know, maybe someone in their group Maybe one of their groupies is actually not even on their side. It has maybe captured some kind of evidence here. Either way, you're dodging the bullets. Tired of drama, tired of somebody's bad choices, and somebody's running away. Yeah, they're running away. They're telling you, I'm tired of all the drama. Maybe that's what they say about you. Oh, you always bring drama. No, you're bringing accountability and responsibility. If they want to take it as you're bringing them drama, again, because they don't want to hear it. I don't even know where that card is anymore. Because you're fighting for what you love. You're trying to do the right thing here. You're looking ahead. You're looking at the bigger picture, and somebody here does not see it. They only see the portion about them. Excuse me. Universe, who could this person be? Or these people, or whoever's involved. Who could be... Who is involved in all of this? Who is involved, universe? We have a millennial. You could be a millennial. They could be a millennial. Somebody here has straight hair, or they like to straighten their hair. Somebody here could have an oval face. We do have red lips at the bottom of the deck. Maybe somebody here likes to accentuate their lips. Maybe they wear a lot of red lipstick. Or maybe you found a red lipstick stain. We have a Capricorn. Somebody here could be a Capricorn. It could be you. It could be them. Somebody here could be short, vertically challenged. And I wrote that as a joke because I'm short. I'm 5'2". I still have to climb things when I go to the grocery store. So, somebody here could be working with your cousin or their own cousin, or this somebody's cousin here is involved. Somebody here is timid and shy. You know what? That one wanted to come out. We have a short nose. Somebody here could have a short nose. We have average height. Somebody here could be of average height. Universe. Who's involved in this? Okay, that was way too many. But I will take the one that I saw. Somebody here could be older than you. Maybe you're a millennial and somebody here is older than you. Somebody here could be a thrill seeker. Maybe somebody here is very adventurous. Maybe somebody here takes things a little bit too far with their thrill seeking. Right? Maybe it's all about the thrills, and if they don't like to do boring, maybe that's why they like to cheat and involve themselves with groupies. We have freckles at the bottom of the deck. Somebody here could have freckles. Somebody here could dress really nicely. Maybe they're all about their brand names. Maybe all suit and tie. But their bank account is negative. We have an Aquarius. An Aquarius could be here involved somehow, or something with the age of Aquarius. Maybe that's why this person's being revealed. We have a brunette. Somebody here could be a brunette. Universe. Somebody's always chasing the next best thing. They don't appreciate what they have. And again, there's nothing wrong with wanting the next best thing, but you don't do it to a cost to those around you. Somebody here could drive a black car. Or a black car is involved somehow. We have tall. I don't know, maybe somebody here has been, I don't know, maybe this is their groupies too and their fake friends. We have light skin. Somebody here could be very charming, very persuasive. Somebody's niece is involved here somehow. Or you could be somebody's niece, or you could be somebody's cousin. Like I said, take this however it resonates. We have a white American, and we have a Leo. Somebody here could be a white American, or they could be like a first-generation American. Like maybe they were born here and their parents were immigrants. Somebody who's extremely charming and persuasive. We have pagan. Somebody who could be very, eclectic in their spirituality, or they could be very pagan, old school. We do have tattoo here as well. Maybe somebody here has a lot of tattoos. It could be you, could be them. I don't know, this whole brand names thing is sticking out to me. Like somebody wants, I don't know, it's like they wear, it's like a label whore. We have green eyes. Somebody here could have green eyes. Could be you, could be them. Universe, tell us more, please, about this situation. Excuse me. Constant sob story. Narrative about one's difficulties or misfortunes that is frequently repeated with intention of gaining sympathy or excused behavior from others. Seeking attention, justification, or special treatment. Somebody here constantly has sob stories. Woe is me, woe is me. They always want their behavior to be excused. They don't want to take it. We have confiscation. Something here is being seized. Maybe something here is being seized. Maybe this person overbought, thinking that they would be receiving some kind of payout, or maybe they overpromised. Either way, something here is being seized. This could even be evidence being seized. Altered documents or forged signature. Oh my goodness, evidence? Evidence. Proof is surfacing. Look closer. Available body of facts or information indicating whether a belief or proposition is true or valid. So there's some kind of evidence here that is coming out. Maybe it could be about some kind of, altered documents. Maybe somebody here altered documents, maybe to receive a loan or to receive some kind of payout. I don't know, maybe like social security fraud or something. I don't know. But something here has been altered. Maybe they tried to alter medical paperwork, or I don't know, they altered some kind of document. Maybe they forged your signature onto something. And maybe that's why they don't want you to leave. Because if you leave, then their story crumbles. Unrequited. Oh my god. I have a typo. Not reciprocated or returned in kind, one-sided love. So this person does not feel the same way about you that you do about them. Somebody could have even altered some kind of documents here to take something from you, to rob you of some kind of abundance. Maybe that's why they have to pay out now. They're being hit with this bankruptcy, with them having to pay out, with that unexpected income in the reverse. They have to pay out now because they stole something from you by altering some kind of documents or forging your signature onto something. The evidence is quite clear. And now somebody here, they're probably going to use a sob story here because they want their behavior excused. Forced isolation. Cutting someone off from their support networks to make them more vulnerable. Somebody who even forced you into isolation. They were cutting you off from your own support networks. They wanted you to feel like you were in something alone, or that you couldn't trust anybody else, or that nobody was going to come save you, or that you were the problem and that nobody would believe you. They do that by running their mouth and talking shit to those around you, to your network, to your group. We have a fuck girl. Somebody here could be a fuck girl, or this person sleeping with the fuck girl. I don't know. We have retrial. Judgment is being revisited. Some kind of judgment here is being revisited, maybe because the first one was corrupt. Having or showing willingness to act dishonesty in return for money or personal gain. We have kidnapping. Somebody here could have been, I don't know. Maybe they could have been forging documents if you are a parent to try and, like, get your children taken away from you in some kind of way. But you never actually signed the document to give up your rights or something. We have a mugshot. Somebody here is going to take a mugshot. Smile for the camera, baby. Gossip and rumor, spreading false or damaging information to undermine someone's reputation. And that's something that people will use to force you into isolation. But there's evidence here. Something here has been recorded, as we saw earlier. You can run, but you can't hide. Unrequited is still here at the bottom of the deck. So I don't even feel like they're even trying to hide their disdain for you anymore. They feel empowered to do so. Universe. We have complacent. To be self-satisfied and unconcerned about potential problems or dangers, often to the point of being unaware or neglecting necessary actions. Somebody here is very complacent. They don't care. They don't look ahead. They do not heed warnings. They take it as unjust criticism. We have a rat. Somebody who betrays a group or their own associates by informing on them to the authorities. I don't know, maybe somebody here in one of their groupies ended up being a fake friend. Maybe they looked into something. Maybe they got more information on you. Maybe they collected some kind of evidence here and was working on your behalf to rat somebody out here. Maybe for some kind of kidnapping attempt. Or maybe somebody here was even going as far as to even, I don't know, get you kidnapped? That could be for a very, very small portion of you. We have hidden motives and intentions, calculated actions to maintain control over how they are perceived. This person's very, very calculated. We have blackmail here. Somebody here could have even been trying to use some kind of blackmail on you to keep you around, like, oh, if you leave me, I'm going to tell everybody, you know, A, B, and C, or yada, yada, yada. Lacks emotional maturity. I mean, we already figured that out. Repeat offender, someone who has been convicted of a crime more than once. Habitual offenders are treated more harshly than first-time offenders. Somebody here could have even already been caught for this, or already got in trouble for this, or this is somebody who has been a repeat offender in your life. They do the same thing over and over and over and over again. Because they're so used to maybe what they think the treatment is going to be. Somebody here could be extremely promiscuous, giving you a fake apology, wanting to kiss your ass. Because they want you to come and save them again. Or they want to use you as an alibi. Maybe somebody here even stayed in a relationship with you to use you as an alibi. Maybe because they thought you were their ride or die. Right? But when they prove your loyalty is with somebody else and not with you, then you don't have to return that loyalty right back. We have a defense in which a person under suspicion of a crime claims they were in a different location when the crime occurred, or statement or evidence that proves someone was elsewhere. We have exaggerates, represents something or themselves as being larger, better, or worse than it really is. They exaggerate their own life. They exaggerate everything. You know, it's part of their constant sob story. You know, if this person needs money that bad, they're so inventive and creative, why don't you write a book? Why don't they write a book? Since they like creating fiction so much. They didn't think that... I don't know, this is somebody here who thinks that they're smarter than everybody else around them. Like they're the smartest one in the room. Alrighty, universe. What door or doors are available to the collective at this time? The door of nature. Natural, outdoors, wilderness, animals, environment, and organic. You're being asked to go outside, reconnect with nature, if it's nice out. If you're in New England, don't go anywhere for the next 2 days. You're gonna burn. It's hot out there. But if you're anywhere else where the temperature is nice and you can go outside, I would highly recommend you doing so. The door of prosperity is also available to you. Success, affluence, abundance, fortune, flourishing, thriving. You will be thriving here. You're asked to go outdoors, connect with your environment, connect with the wilderness, connect with Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. And you're also being asked to return back to your roots with this organic. Strip away all of the additives. Universe, give us one more, please. Give us one more, universe. Thank you. The door of illumination, enlightenment, insight, radiance, revelation, and awareness. You're being given illumination. Enlightenment is coming your way here. Awareness, insight, radiance, revelation. Maybe you might be able... Maybe where you're sitting right now, or maybe where you're at, maybe your current environment is not very conducive to receiving this enlightenment or awareness here that you truly need. Maybe that's why you're being asked to step outside, go for a walk, go to the park, go on a hike, go on a nature hike. I don't know, go visit a botanical garden. I don't know, if you live next to farms, I don't know, maybe just drive, through the farms or through farmland or something like that. Reconnect with nature, because that's going to help you gain some more awareness. It's going to help you get in touch with yourself. We also have the door of wonder. Awe, amazement, fascination, curiosity, mystery, and marvel. So beautiful things are getting ready to happen for you. Wonderful, wondrous things are happening. And that prosperity is still available to you. Somebody does not want you to move on without it because they know that you're going to be able to do better. And they don't want to look like a fool, even though that's exactly what they are. Only fools will sell out their own. Universe, please give us an affirmation. And we have 2 of them. Positive thinking and authenticity. In the garden of my mind, I water the good thoughts and weed out the bad ones. I throw in forgiveness and empathy seeds by the handful if I want. And I take a lawnmower to that jealousy and resentment patch. I'm a pretty badass mind gardener. Yes, you are. It's all about positive thinking. Authenticity. Authenticity is the name of the game. Whatever comes up, I will feel it. Whatever needs to be said, I will say it. Whoever doesn't get it, doesn't have to get it. But at least they know it, because I've said it. And that's way better than leaving a passive-aggressive note about it. You're being called to be true to yourself and to keep nurturing your positive thoughts. What we think, we create. How we think and how we feel, we create. Universe, please give us a final message, please. Please give us a final message. I will be redoing the Earth Sign collective reading tomorrow. It's already 11 p.m. here. And I'm probably going to do fire signs as well. I don't know if I'll do a collective. But, I am going to do the earth signs and the fire signs, so definitely be on the lookout for those. Universe. Final message here. Thank you. We have healing number 36 that breaks down to a 9. A major chapter is getting ready to end for you. 9s are about closures. The true essence of your soul is one of complete health. Ganesha is pictured sitting on a peacock. Peacock feathers have been used in curative remedies for thousands of years and across countless traditional cultures. They are said to carry spiritual, medicinal energy that can assist people seeking balance and healing in their lives. The challenges of daily life can throw you out of balance with the truth of your being. It is easy to get caught up in the daily grind and in a general feeling of lack. Remember that you were created from the perfection of divine light and love. Your physical body is simply a shell that covers your soul. True healing is only possible when you take responsibility for your own well-being on this earth and your self-empowerment. See yourself as complete, healthy, and whole. Ganesha prompts you to believe that you truly are capable of handling any matters of health or relationships without blame and with integrity and grace. And that's what somebody doesn't want you to do. Lastly, we're going to read from the Book of Happy. We have assert yourself. Having a strong voice not only protects you, but builds confidence in yourself. Foster the strong voice by telling yourself, I choose to speak up. I choose to speak up and assert myself now. This mantra encourages you to speak up, ask for help, or let people know if something is bothering you. Break any silence and let go of secrets that you've been hiding. Suppressing your thoughts and feelings can lead to high levels of stress, resentment, and dissatisfaction with the way things are unfolding in your life, preventing you from being truly happy. It can also live in your body like trauma, holding unpleasant memories in place. Use this mantra as a way to strengthen your voice and build courage. I choose to speak up and assert myself now. And you know what? I'm going to read this section here. It says, speak your truth. And I feel like that's in the same theme. If someone from the past has caused you to doubt the validity, I probably said that wrong. I'm not even going to try it again. If someone from the past causes you to doubt the validity of your worth in the world and silence your voice, find ways to reemerge, gain confidence, and speak out. In the greater universe, we may be tiny specks, but in this world, you are just as important as every other person. To empower your authentic voice, join a book club, community forum, or a social group where disseminating ideas and expressing personal opinions are encouraged. Work with a therapist or coach, or reflect on your voice by doing the following ritual. Wash a blue lapis lazuli chakra stone in a mild saltwater solution and let it dry in the sun to absorb solar energy. Lie in the corpse pose, a yoga position in which you're flat on your back, palms up at your side, and place the stone over the center of your throat. Meditate on your inner divine nature and that happiness that arises when you use your voice. And remember the mantra, I choose to speak up and assert myself now. That is what I have for y'all tonight. I am sending you all lots of love and lots of light, and I will see you tomorrow, like I said, with the earth signs and the fire sign readings. And with that, y'all, ciao.